everybody, it's Topwater Johnny, and in this bass fishing video, I'll be doing a lure review of the Jackall Mikey Jr. right here, the 3-jointed wake bait. So let's see if this joint bait can make it work. Let's go. Whoa, there we go. Yeah! Woo, holy cow, folks. Topwater Johnny here, man. This is what we came here for. Look at that. Get back here. Look at that right there. That's the kind of beast that we came here for. There we go. Woo! And that one hooked. Hey everybody, it's Topwater Johnny here. We are out on the lake here, and we're gonna do some testing on this Jackall Mikey Jr. 3-jointed wake bait, as you can see right here. So we're gonna do some testing on it. This fish out here busting and moving around. So hopefully we can get some action and you can see this lure in action doing what it needs to do. So let's go ahead and go. Okay, everybody, here is our bait right here. So let's go ahead and get it out in the water and see what it does. First thing is, I'm throwing this actually on a bait caster. You could probably throw this on spinning tackle if you wanted to, but I've got it on a bait caster with braid. And I'm trying, the goal is to try to, and it's a subsurface lure, so it's a wake bait. So as you can see, it just has a waking movement that comes in, and it actually has also a rattle in it as well. So it has a little knocking noise that it does when it comes in. It looks very realistic, very smooth when you throw it. And I kind of throw it out and I let it sit for a moment. Then I start to bring it back in again. Another thing I'm also looking for is kind of where fish are breaking on top too. That makes a big difference as well. I'm going to show it to you up close as well here. I want you guys to see this. So I'll take it off here. As you can see, it will sink. It actually does sink a little bit. So once it hits the water, you kind of got to already start moving it. And as you can see, it starts to wiggle right across the top. So, and it does hold there, but then I can see now it is a slow sink on it too. So it is a wake bait, but it has a slow sink. One more time here. You guys can see that. And then you can hear the rattling noise again as you throw it. One more time out there. Let it sit and start to run it again. And the one thing that I will say about this lure is that you're gonna have to fish this one like a fleeing minnow. Oh, almost got one there. Woo, that was nice. Almost got one. I'm gonna try that again. You know, always like catching them on test day. All right, okay. So like I said before, we want it to look like a fleeing minnow to get those bass's attention. So a lot of times when I'm throwing a wake bait, my goal is to throw it, and it does create a splash, and I don't always let it sit there and let the rings dissipate. I don't always do that. What I want to do is let it hit and splash and start to move, and I'm hoping that that sudden movement will attract those bass and bring them in and cause them to come up and hit on it. Let's go down here. Bring it up. Start bringing it in. Because what we're trying to do is mimic a fleeing bait fish. And this lure right here, this one really does have a lot of action to it, a lot of sound to it. Throw it out there. A lot of action, a lot of sound, a lot of movement to it. Okay. All right. There we go. There we go, everybody. On the wake bait, the Jackall Mikey Jr. All right. Came up and struck it. There we go, everybody. Look at that right there. On a test day, and we're doing it. Little bass came up and struck it. And the Jackall Mikey Jr. got him. All right, everybody, there he is on that Jackall Mikey Jr. All right, everybody, not the biggest bass in the world, but he wanted that Jackall Mikey Jr. wake bait. He struck it, and we got him. So no complaints. All right. All right, there he is, the little one, but he wanted it, so we took it. All right, everybody, well, there you go. We got one on test day. So like I said, that feels pretty good here. I like it when I'm testing a lure out and I bang one there. So that really completes the lure challenge there as far as I'm concerned. I'm gonna show it to you one more time here. One more time, throw it out. And you guys can see it out there. And then it comes in. Do it one more time here. And it just has that rocking back and forth jointed movement to it. So great action and great movement on it. Okay, everybody, well, you saw the Jackall Mikey Jr. jointed swim bait in action here, wake bait in action. So there's definitely no complaints on this lure. This lure has great action, great movement. You know it's going to get bit, and it just is going to be a fun lure to keep on fishing. So what we're going to do now is get back to the office, and I'll give you my closer look and final review of this lure. All right. Hey everybody, Topwater Johnny here. Hope you enjoyed that lure testing of the Jackall Mikey Jr. What we're going to do right now is do a quick lure review. Then I'll come back and give you my final thoughts. All right. Okay, everybody. This is the Jackall Mikey Jr. wake bait, and it's called the HL Sunfish model right here. This lure actually is 3.8 inches long in actual length itself. The weight is 5/8 ounces. And as you can see, I've got the actual bluegill pattern right here. As you can see, this is a wake bait. Look at that bill in the front right there. Got the orange in the front where it actually creates a lot more attraction. This really has a great design pattern, as you can see here. Really shiny, really designed to wake and attract a lot of attention. It's a 3-jointed lure, as you can see right here. So it has a lot of action, a lot of movement. In casting this lure, it goes down about 1 foot to 1.5 feet, but always rises back to the top again here. It's got two very sharp treble hooks on here as well. A white bottom on here, and the bill is truly a strong bill there that really moves a lot of water. And then also, it has a rattle inside of it as well. So this lure really is built to attract those schooling bass and bring those big bass up from the bottom. So that's our closer look at the Jackall Mikey Jr. wake bait at HL Sunfish. All right. Okay, everybody. Well, there you have it. Your quick review of the actual Jackall Mikey Jr. wake bait there. And so I'm going to show it to you here one more time here, just so you guys can see it here one more time in action here. And just so that you guys know, I got it from CarolinaFishingTackle.com. That's actually where I got it from. And the price was $17.99 for this particular lure. I was fishing this lure on a 7-foot rod and actually fishing it braid down to a swizzle leader on the end of it as well. The swizzle at the end of it, leader at the end, allowed it to have its motion and action. So I don't always tie directly to the lure when I have braid. I have like a little swizzle on there, a little leader on there that I tie to, and that allows the lure to still have its action while me still having it braid, locking it down. So I just wanted to kind of share that with everybody as well. One thing about this lure that I want everybody to know is that this lure really works great when those bass are in the shallows and they're kind of schooling up, and you can see them kind of busting, or you can see them kind of swirling. They're not breaking the top of the water, but they're swirling, and you can see that. That's when this lure works the best. Like as you saw in the video, I actually caught a bass on this lure because that little bass was swirling, and I threw right where it was at. As soon as the lure hit and then my first movement, that's when the bass struck it. So this is a great reaction bait, but then also it's also a great match to hatch. There's the belly of it as well. So it's a real great match to hatch for bass. And a big bass, meaning a pound and up, will take a strike at this. As you saw, even a smaller bass will take a strike at this lure right here. So that's why I really was excited about getting this lure, testing it out. And I'm going to keep on fishing with this lure to see what I can make happen. Now, if you got any questions about this lure, please leave a comment below, of course. But I want to talk to you guys about what I'm going to be doing over the next couple of weeks here. Because those bass are in the shallows and they're swirling in the shallows and they're chasing minnows, I thought it would be better for me to stop going total top water and start doing subsurface and chasing them there, just like the wake bait. But I'm going to be fishing with some very unique swim baits here. And I want to show you one of them. I had gotten this lure a while back and I had not fished it, but I thought it had lots of potential. And I want to show it to you here right quick here. And this is actually, I'm going to show it here to you. This is the Live Target Ghost Tail Minnow. And it's actually 3/4 of an inch in length. And even look at that tail on that boot tail in the back. This particular one is actually got its own silicone all the way around it, and the actual design is on the inside of it. And I want to make sure I show that to you guys here. Next Monday, you're going to see me fishing with this right here. The following week, I went and I bought some Japanese swim baits. I had these a while back, and I never really fished them, and now I see the opportunity to fish them in the shallows, subsurface. It's called the Fish Arrow Flash J Shad right here. And look at this one right here. This is another one right here. So I've got some footage of me fishing with this lure. See that big eye right there? That makes this one really good. And actually they have something like a foil on the inside that really creates a lot of attractant right there. So I've got a video of me fishing with this one here. And then finally, this one right here is actually the 4-inch one. Then they also have a 3-inch one as well here, a 3-inch one. And the 3-inch one is just as deadly here. So over the next 3 weeks here, meaning every Monday, I will be dropping a swim bait subsurface type of video here. So this will be the one you see Monday. Then the following Monday, you'll actually see this one. And then the following Monday after that, you'll see this one right here. In between there, of course, I'll be doing topwater lure reviews as well. But I wanted to show you that over the next couple of weeks here, it's all about topwater swim baits. And that's what I'm going to be fishing with here, because I'm noticing how they're chasing. They're not breaking the surface, but they're chasing, and I can see them swirling. And so I want to have something that matches the hatch. That's important. And that I know I can get a result from. So I just wanted to share with you guys what's coming up in the next couple of weeks here. And as we almost reach our number of 4,000 subscribers, it'll be time for a giveaway, and we'll get ready to do that as well. So my question to everybody here is simply the same. What's your thoughts about the Mikey Jr.? Have you fished with it before? What's your thoughts about it? Or now that you see I'm about to fish with some swim baits that are really going to be subsurface, like just a foot below the surface, what's your thoughts about swim baits? Have you fished with any of those before? What's your thoughts about them? So this really wraps up our video for today. I want to thank each and every one of you guys for being a part of the journey here. Please be sure to hit the like button. If you haven't already hit the like button, hit the like button. That makes a difference here. Subscribe to the channel if you have not. And also, as always, I want you to remember that phrase. Keep your line tight, because when you hit those topwater lures, it's going to be a big bite. I'll see you in the next video.